Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. My name is Cassie Kramer, and I'm the president of the society. I, along with the members and officers, am very happy to have everyone here with us tonight. We feel that this is a special occasion during which we honor some very outstanding students.
In 1921, the National Association of Secondary School Principals passed a resolution to form the National Honor Society. The purpose of the society was to recognize predetermined standards of citizenship in our secondary schools. This new organization was formed to create in our students an enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote worthy leadership, and to encourage the development of character. Since 1921, the society has flourished. Today, more than 15,000 chapters are chartered, and millions of young men and women have deserved and received recognition for their role in ensuring a continuation of democracy and as instruments in the betterment of our society. In 1962, Greensburg Community High School became a chartered member of the National Honor Society. Thus, this marks the 58th annual induction ceremony for the school. In order to be eligible for membership, a student must have the qualities of character, scholarship as evidenced by at least a 3.4 grade point average, leadership, and service. These 53 individual students have met all these requirements. Our officers will review all these qualities for you this evening.
Good evening. The emblem of the National Honor Society, shown on the pin you'll receive, is the keystone and flaming torch. The keystone bears its base the letters C, S, L, and S, which stand for the four cardinal principles of this organization: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. As the keystone is placed by the builder to hold the perfect arch in perpetual stability, so the structure of your education must be held firm and true to the purposes of life by the virtues represented in this symbol. Character, the composite of all common virtues, sets the seal of excellence upon our every endeavor. Scholarship is the power of the mind to dispel ignorance and superstition through scientific investigation of truth. Leadership is the power of personality that blazes the trail for man's upward climb. Service is the beginning and end of our education, the basis from which blessings have been given to man. To bear forward the searching light of truth, to lead that others may follow in that light, to keep burning in our school a high ambition for the enduring values of life, and to serve, these are the purposes symbolized by the torch.
Scholarship. The tall white center candle, which has been burning throughout our ceremony, symbolizes education. Education is the foundation upon which our democracy rests, and the excellence which our educational system maintains will determine the future of our democracy. Membership in National Honor Society demands scholarship. Scholarship is the commitment to learning. A student willing to spend adequate time reading and studying will know the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired only with diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Where there is no vision, the people perish. From the flame of education, I light the gold candle to symbolize scholarship. Gold has brightness of color, it has weight, yet it is pliable and can be molded into usable forms. Gold is valuable. This gold excellently symbolizes scholarship. A scholar's thoughts are brilliant. The mind shapes heavy, weighty matters into forms which others can grasp. Scholarship undercuts ignorance. Scholarship must give us wisdom. It must add to our understanding of human needs. Our sincere hope is that you will never fail to fulfill the expectations that your scholastic record promises.
Leadership. The National Honor Society interprets leadership to mean demonstrating initiative in the classroom, which leads to higher scholarship for all, showing initiative in promotion of any worthwhile school activity, successfully holding positions of responsibility, and contributing ideas. In the ancient days, the person who demonstrated high qualities of leadership became a ruler. Robes of purple symbolized his kingly state. Tonight, I light this purple candle from the flame of education to represent leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school and society. The price of leadership is sacrifice and the willing to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has confidence in himself and will go forward when others hesitate. The leader has the challenge to do more, to forget the world impossible, and realize that we, working together, can make a difference. We can make things better. Never has our society or school needed a capable, dedicated leader more than now. As members and as candidates, let us accept this challenge to lead.
Service. The ability to serve is an important aspect of being a National Honor Society member. The Society says that service is the willingness to carry out the best of one's ability, any assignment in school, the readiness to show courtesy to all persons, to volunteer one's service to school and community, and to represent one's school. The willingness to uphold scholarship, to maintain a loyal school attitude in upholding school regulations, and a willingness to render any other worthwhile service to the school and the community. We serve in order to create a better tomorrow. We must remember that to whom much is given, much is required. I light the red candle to symbolize service. The warm glow of the color red appropriately suggests the quality of service which must be possessed by everyone who is selected for the National Honor Society. May you continue to maintain the high standard of service that you have thus far offered to your school and community. And after you have left high school, may you always faithfully fulfill any worthwhile request to serve your fellow man. Those who serve must strive to create a world where each person has opportunity to achieve his or her potential.
Character. Webster's dictionary defines character as a distinctive quality, a person marked by notable or distinguishable traits. Thus, a person of good character is distinguishable by traits of honesty, integrity, and reliability. He or she will be a person who is courteous, has concern and respect for others, and is one who upholds the principles of morality and ethics. This type of person is known by all as a good school and community citizen, one who can be counted on to do what is right at all times. I now light this white candle from the flame of education. White symbolizes the goal of perfection of character. Cleanliness and purity cannot be obtained or maintained without constant effort. A student may gain recognition of character by meeting his own obligations to school, by demonstrating an honest and sincere effort in his schoolwork, by upholding the highest ideals of what to school whenever opportunity is present, and by constantly demonstrating the qualities of honesty, reliability, promptness, morality, and kindness. May your character always be worthy of the faith we place in it tonight.
As president of the Greensburg chapter of the National Honor Society, I am happy to welcome you as members of this organization. Will you please stand and repeat after me for the Pledge of Membership? I pledge myself to uphold the high purpose of the society to which I have been selected, striving in every way by word and deed to make its ideals the ideals of my school. At this time, we ask all candidates for membership to come forward as Mr. Bryce Mize, Faculty Council Member, reads their names. Mr. Tom Hunter, Superintendent of Schools, and Mr. Grant Peters, Principal of Greensburg Community High School, will present pins and certificates to you, and they will formally welcome you into the society.
This year's a bit unique, so due to health concerns during our current pandemic, Mr. Hunter and Mr. Peters will refrain from shaking hands as the inductees walk across the stage. Jolena Hunter. Kylie Hostetler. Emma Hatton. Brady Hahn. Elijah Hadler. Braden Forkert. Jonathan Flynn. Garrett Domingo. Colin Cummer. Delilah Collins. Alexander Bailey. Claire Anderson. Lydia Akra. Kate Akra. Andrew Johnson. Kayla Kelso. Nisha Lewis. Ella Lowe. Emily Mangles. Grace Martin. Corbin Matthews. Marissa Meehan. Bryant Minkadick. Emily Million. Elizabeth Mitchell. Mackenzie Moreland. Jesselyn Newman. Mallory Noah. Carmen Navi. Cole Stevens. Caden Schroeder. Joshua Schneider. Carson Scheidler. Keegan Roberts. Caleb Robbins. Allison Ripperger. Peyton Ritchie. Scotland Reinhold. Jonathan Ralston. Rebecca Porter. Connor Pinson. Shiv Patel. Allison Norton. Sophia Navi. Matthew Stewart. Anna Wagner. Mason Wagner. Dakota Walters. Amaya Wamsley. Lillian Beatley. Jessica Williams. Connor Whitkemper. Congratulations, guys. It is now my privilege to get to introduce to you our guest speaker tonight, a former student of mine from long ago. Alex Sefton is a 2017 graduate of Greensburg High School, where he served as president of his class and delivered, and I was there for this, one of the all-time best senior class speeches. In his speech, among other things, he said he would build a wall between Greensburg and Batesville, and he promised to have Batesville pay for it. He then attended Indiana University, where he graduated summa cum laude with a degree in business administration and a minor in entrepreneurship. Upon graduation, he agreed to be the public relations manager for the Decatur County Community Foundation, a position he currently holds. Alex co-founded All for One Ministry, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, in 2014, in which he acts as the executive director. He is an active member of the Optimist and Rotary Clubs and is a board member for the Kids Closet of Decatur County. His current energy is being directed towards his position as chair of the launch team and fundraising member for The Branch, Greensburg's future nonprofit community gathering place and coffee house. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Alex Sefton.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for having me tonight. It's truly an honor to be here with you. As Mr. Mice said, my name is Alex Sefton, and I'm a 2017 grad of GCHS and a 2016 inductee into this chapter of National Honor Society. If I can be totally real with y'all for just a second, this is sort of a full circle moment for me, because when I was sitting where you guys are sitting, I can vividly remember looking up on stage at the speaker and dreaming that one day that would be me. I had hoped that I would graduate from this place, go on to do remarkable things, and then when I was old and wise, that they might invite me back to instill within the next generation all the wisdom that I had gained over the years. But unfortunately for you, you get 22-year-old, still young and dumb Alex to talk to tonight, so I hope you can handle that. Nevertheless, I'm really excited to be here with you tonight, and I truly believe that this school invited a young person back to speak with young people, because they believe in our ability to do absolutely extraordinary things. You know, as I went into my final year of my undergraduate program at IU, I was offered an internship, which Mr. Mize referenced a little bit ago, at the Decatur County Community Foundation. And to be honest, when I joined the staff there, I didn't really think I had that great of a grasp of what philanthropy was all about. And frankly, it honestly kind of seemed like a big word for a pretty boring concept. But the more I worked in that role, the more I continued to serve at the foundation, the more I realized that I knew exactly what philanthropy was all about. It was the tithe that I dropped in the offering plate at my church growing up. It was the hours of dedication that I gave to the Kids Closet board throughout my time in high school. And it was the utilization of my skills and abilities to start All for One Ministry back in 2014. And it was through my work at the foundation and through my service within the community that I gained two very, very valuable lessons that I hope to never forget. Number one, this place that we live is really, really special. And I hope that you realize the investment that this school is making in you and the investment that this community is making in you, because it's really an awesome place. And number two, each and every one of us in this room and each and every one of us across the face of this earth is both called and equipped to make a difference. And to expound on that second point just a little bit further, I want to tell you about my friend Natalie. Now, Natalie is just a few years older than we are, and I had the chance to meet this young woman around last Christmas time when she came into my office. So she has kind of a unique story that's probably something that a lot of us here in this room can't relate to. So she was picked up for a minor charge in Decatur County. She was held in the county jail, taken to the courthouse where her case was dismissed, and she was let out on the front steps with no friends, no phone, and no way to get back to her recovery home, which was about an hour away. But fortunately, Natalie happened upon the Community Foundation. The world had absolutely knocked this young woman off her feet, but all she needed was somebody just to show that they cared about her and take the time to invest in her. And when I say to show we care, I'm not talking about like the surface level, hey, how you doing type of care. I'm talking about the kind of care that asks her where she's at right now and where she wants to go, and then figures out how we can help her get there. That day, our staff got a chance to embody philanthropy in a way that we don't typically get to. So normally, if you're not familiar with the foundation, we work a lot with nonprofits to fund some projects that they have going on, and we also provide scholarships to local students, so be sure to apply for those when the time comes. But it was a little bit different of an approach, a little bit more personal of an approach that we got to model with Natalie that day. We got to share the love of Jesus with somebody that was in a really, really dark moment of her life. And to do that, we didn't do anything like extraordinary, but we just showed her that we loved her, we showed her that we cared about her. So what did that look like practically? We gave her a safe and warm place to hang out for a few hours. When we ordered lunch for our office, we ordered her something too and had the chance just to sit and eat with her. And then once 4:30 rolled around, it was closing time at our office, and our director drove her 45 minutes to an hour back home to that recovery house that I talked about a little bit earlier. But we also were able to meet some of her more emotional needs, so we sat down and took the time to listen to this young woman's story. We showed her the love that she needed that she wasn't able to get anywhere else the past week or two, or however long she had been in the jail. And I tell you all this not to convince you that we're the most noble people in the world, not to convince you that the foundation is the nicest place that you'll ever walk into. I tell you this because one day, I promise you, it may not be today or tomorrow, but your Natalie will walk through your door. And the way that you respond to her will be very, very telling of your character and the person that you are. Because I used to think that this idea of philanthropy was all about writing big checks to charitable causes. And sure, that's part of it, but it's a small part of it. Because I believe with all of my mind and all of my heart that philanthropy is a lifestyle. It's a calling and it's a condition of the heart. Philanthropy empowers us to feel the pain of our neighbors and care enough to do something about it. It's a lifestyle that calls us to leverage our own callings, passions, skills, and abilities to shoulder the burden of others that weren't ours to shoulder in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, you are no doubt in this room tonight because you are brilliant people. But your brilliance will only take you so far. And it's absolutely useless if you're not using it to make an impact. Because I don't know about you, but when I leave this world someday, I want my legacy to be known for the meaningful contributions that I've made in the lives of those around me. Because I truly believe that God put each and every one of us here on the face of this earth for a higher purpose than to draw breath and to take up space. Why? I think the motto of NHS really kind of sums that up pretty beautifully. This idea of noblesse oblige, which is basically just fancy French lingo to say that blessed people have a responsibility to bless people. And tonight I want to challenge each and every one of you to walk in the light of this high calling, to live up to the high and the noble principles of this organization to which you now belong. So if you want to put that into practice as you leave this place, as you come into school tomorrow, whatever that looks like in your life, all you have to do is go out and smile at somebody you don't know. Maybe it's paying for the guy or the girl behind you in the fast food line. Sit with the Natalies of the world even when it feels weird and uncomfortable, and sometimes it will, but you're going to be there and that's all that matters. Love people well, show them you care, and always, always remember that your life is not measured by what you have, but by what you give. I want to thank you all so much for having me tonight. It's been such an honor to be able to speak to you. I have no doubt that what you're going to go out into this world and be absolute world changers that make ripples for good. So go out and use your calling, use your skills to make a difference. Thank you and congratulations.
All right, thank you all for coming tonight, and thank you to Mr. Septon for those words of wisdom. This concludes our ceremony. Due to health guidelines, everyone is asked to exit the building. If you would like to gather socially, please do it outside under the canopy. Everyone have a great evening.